Can your fingers do this on guitar? What am I doing? I'm making my finger slant all the way to the right so that the knuckle in the middle goes almost all the way to the next fret. You need to be able to do this for lots of different things on the guitar, but I have found that many students cannot until they do certain exercises. So let's take a closer look at that. I've found in my teaching that many students, when they put their fingers down, say the fourth finger, it can only go down like this. They can't make it do this. And every one of your fingers needs to be able to slant over to the right for various actions on the guitar. You see how I'm leaning this? There's the fret, and I'm leaning way over the fret. Test yourself and see if you can do that with each finger. Now, why do we need to do that? It's a rather subtle thing, but there are many actions on the guitar which become very easy when pressure is put over to the right on the finger, like that. I'm pushing over to the right. Here you can see my second finger moves over like that. It changes the entire balance of forces in the arm, especially if when you do it, I'm actually pushing with the whole arm and pushing the guitar into my right leg. That provides a real stability to the fingers when they do different actions. Another common move, students always have trouble with this combination of fingers, going from 1 to 2 like this to 3 and 4 like this, which is needed all the time. Now, it's more of a problem if your second finger is always slanting over like that. You will have more trouble reaching with your 3. But if you slant over like this with your 2 and you're pushing over to the side, it helps the third finger get in place, whether you're playing single notes or double notes like this. So the ability to push the finger over to the right is a big advantage. The ability to do this demands great flexibility in this joint here. Okay, these joints, the metacarpal phalangeal joints, are different than these joints. These joints only move in one plane. They only go back and forth. These joints go back and forth and all the way around. But their around movement has to be developed. It's not very developed on non-guitar fingers. So one way to develop the ability to do this is here's what I have students do. You put your fourth finger down, make sure your elbow's out, and make sure the finger goes way on the side, and then take your other fingers and pile them all up. So you're really pushing that finger, like I'm covering my entire fourth finger. Okay, that requires a very flexible joint here and gives you a very flexible joint. And I'll do it with my third finger. So I'm doing a third finger lean, a second finger lean. And then, now the first finger is the least willing to lean over, but there are many times where it must do this. So practice this leaning exercise with different fingers on different frets, then experiment with it in various situations you find yourself in playing. I've given you a few here where I'm always doing that, something like this. And then as these fingers go down, I'm leaning, pushing them over like this. There are many passages that are greatly simplified in their execution by arranging the finger action in this way. You know, this very subject just came up in a lesson. I was working with a student on Melbay number 2, which has a piece that goes like this, where you have to play a G, play an F, and go up for an A. Now, the best way to do this is to use third finger slant. As I go up for that A, I'm going to let my third finger go on the G, because that comes next. And I'm going to slant it like this, which gives me an easy reach. And then I go right back to the note I need. So there's a good example of how the ability to slant over to the right with a finger can be a great advantage in various passages we have to play. Train your left hand to play like a pro on guitar. Get the only method that gives you step-by-step exercises and training methods that build professional-grade ability into your fingers. You will also learn the real secrets of developing picking, finger picking, and how to practice effectively so that you really learn to make music. Stop struggling with everything you play and start making real music. Get the Principles of Correct Practice for Guitar today. Click here right now to download it instantly.